Ah, well, that was interesting. Um, Yesterday we got a new episode of Hot Ones. And I went to a softball game yesterday. So happy Monday to me. But Monday's now over. It's happy Tuesday now. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. And I pretty much just gave away what my high was. You know what? I can tell you what my low is because, like, you ever have one of those nights where for the life of you can't sleep? And, like, you know there's nothing going on. There's, like, no stress. Like, what, can I please, like, at least get a couple hours of sleep or something? Oh, my gosh. So if I'll sleep on camera, you'll know why. My act of kindness was I took a bag of garbage and put it in the big garbage bin for my folks yesterday when I went to visit them after the softball game, which Horseheads won. Hooray. I gotta say, the more I go to stuff like this, the more fascinated I get. Like, really and truly. Not to mention, it was a senior night, so congratulations to all the there's only like 3 seniors. But congratulations to the seniors. You guys played awesome yesterday. They're supposed to be like, and that's the thing. And here's another part of my low too. Like, yesterday was probably like the best day ever, at least in 2025 so far, that we had weather-wise. Like, I think it might have been like very high 70s, low 80s. And you'd think we'd have that going for a little while longer, but nope. It's going to be raining for like the next week. I mean, from what I hear, it's not supposed to start raining until the afternoon when a bunch of stuff always happens, so good Lord. I mean, to be fair, we also had weather like this a year ago, but at least this year, I've seen some flowers. Some flowers. You know, April showers bring May flowers, but last year we got a lot of rain in May, so I hardly saw any flowers. This year, I've seen some flowers. Not that many, though, but still. So, as my short last night will tell you, we got a new Hot Ones episode before the new season was before they had the season 20. Oh gosh, I almost forgot what season this was going to be. Before we had the season 27 hot sauce lineup, and not only did we have a new episode, but it was a returning guest. It was Offset, who, you know, took on the Hot Ones gauntlet several years ago. And also legit almost walked out of it. So the narrative pretty much throughout the entire episode was, I mean, here's the thing. If I was ever on Hot Ones, I'm sure and I was a returning guest, chances are I probably would have completed, you know, the gauntlet the first time. The narrative really shouldn't be, can he do it again? The narrative should be, you know, what's changed in the X amount of years in between, you know, episodes. As well as, can I make it again? But it was Offset, and let me get my notes out here because I wrote my stuff down. Actually, you know what? That was literally the first question. They did like a post-mortem on his previous Hot Ones interview and how he really did almost quit. But, you know, Offset, he's a doubter, man, you know? He's got that never say die attitude. So, of course, he was going to be able to do it. And okay, it's actually why this is an example of why seriously, some of these questions are really great examples of why having musicians on Hot Ones is so fascinating. Because you either learn some behind the scenes stuff or about how the creative process works. For example, how different is the mindset in being in a group from being your own solo artist? And when you're a solo artist, it becomes all the more important to try and find your identity. He also talked about how some of his icons were James Brown and Michael Jackson, and how he saw them and that's who I should aspire. I should aspire to be the best, like they were. Okay. He talked about when it comes to what's the thing he's most obsessed about when it comes to making music, it's sound mixing. And when it comes to picking out a beat, the most important thing you do is he's able to hear, or wants to be able to hear, every instrument in whatever song it is. Which, I mean, it's one of those things that I should know, technically, because, being a choir boy, and therefore know a little bit about music, that's something I should know. But when I think about it, I've never taken the time to really think, okay, what instruments are creating the sound that I am hearing in this moment, in this particular song? I mean, sometimes it's really easy to do when there's one instrument that's really making itself known amongst others. For example, in the Green Hornet theme song. Actually, I can't really make the sound, but if you know what part I'm talking about, you know for a fact that is a trumpet playing. Stuff like that. And that's what Offset tries to do. Again, what I said was a loose example. I might have said something wrong there, but it's that sort of general idea. They talked about knowing how to know what song should start a show or an album, and it should be a strong, booming, voice or song that gets everybody hyped. And then, because you are the artist, you are taking your audience on a journey, per se. You are able to control the ebb and flow of everything that goes on in the show. And again, I find that really fascinating. He talked about the process of at what point does he start writing a new song, and basically he'll finish one song, make sure everything is okay in that moment, and then work on the next one. And he literally said the most he's ever completed a day is 15 new songs. Now, here's the thing. Artists like Offset, and I believe Chris Brown in the Club Shay Shay interview once said that they have dozens, hundreds, even thousands of songs already written and done or whatever. Here's the thing. They may be written and done, but they're not quite written and done. I mean, there have been plenty of instances where artists have tried writing songs that wound up being hits, but that really was due to how they were originally something else first, and then they went through rewrites. They talked about how, how different critics are today as opposed to 20 years ago, and at least in today's society, opinions matter now a little bit too much. And to some degree, I get it, and Doug Walker actually talked about this when he did that video of like the dark age of summer blockbusters, which was 1996 to 2001, where like summer after summer we got like blockbuster movies that were just terrible, and like what changed? And what changed was, everyone's more available access to the internet. See, we tend not to really see this as a good thing because so many people on the internet, trashing people, making fun of people, trolling people, whatever. But there really was a time that without being able to post your opinion on the internet, you would never have, we probably wouldn't have the MCU right now. We wouldn't have the Lord of the Rings trilogy. We probably wouldn't have the Harry Potter movies. And that's all from, having an opinion that you're able to post on the internet. And it's the same thing with music. Like, I guarantee you, if it wasn't for people voicing their opinions on the internet, you wouldn't have, like, off the top of my head, the death of Slim Shady from Eminem, or, a new Dragon Force. Actually, come to think of it, there was a Dragon Force album that came out. Oh, Dragon Force. Okay, hold on. Did they release a new album? Oh. I didn't download Dragon Force's new album. I think this came out last year. I didn't even know. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll be doing that after this video. Okay, let's get back to what's going on. Sean then asked Offset, like, what's due for a comeback in terms of, like, fashion? And Offset had a really great answer. Like, listen, to some degree, nothing truly ever goes out of style. People just don't want to wear it or use it for an X amount of time. Things do come back eventually. It's just a matter of, the time and place. That's all it is. And Sean then asked Offset the concept of making chains, because the good folks over at Hot Ones wanted to make a chain to celebrate, being 10 years on the internet. And then Offset was like giving advice on what to do with that, which is really cool. They talked about like what to look for when you're purchasing a watch, like what's in the quote unquote skeleton, like the details and engineering and mechanics, which I think is really fascinating. And the last two questions, the Queen, Majesty, Sicilian, Scorpion, because this is season 26's lineup that they used, and the last day of experience. The first question, or Wing 9, was, could we see Offset do more acting? Because LL Cool J got him a role in, was it NCIS, I think? I forget, but yeah, Offset's done acting. We could see him do more. Which, honestly, I hope he does. Seriously, the best thing any artist can do, whether an actor, musician, comedian, whatever, is evolve their craft. And while that really can mean several things, a great way to do it is, if you're a comedian or an artist, try doing a little bit of acting. Get people to see a different side of you they don't normally see. I mean, sometimes it doesn't pan out, but, just surround yourself with some smart people. Ask advice from the right people on who to help you. Make sure that if you get a script, it's a good one. And you can be all set with that. And finally, was being on hot ones easier the first time or the second time? And I'll be honest, I don't think he really had an answer for that. They were both hard. I mean, full stop. He didn't have the urge to want to quit this time like he did before. But listen, when you get to the bomb, whether it's your first time on hot ones or the second time, does that really matter anymore? I mean, seriously, the bomb threw it. That's what threw him off when he was on the first time. That's what made him almost want to quit. So, you gotta ask yourself, like, you know what? It's exactly like when I jumped into Seneca Lake a few weeks ago. Like, whether the water is 30-some degrees or 40-some degrees or whatever, when you jump in, does it really matter? That water is going to be cold no matter what. And that's what it's like for hot ones. You know, you get to the bomb, and then, in this case, Queen Majesty Sicilian Scorpion, in the last day of experience, those wings are going to be hot no matter what you do. So, yeah. This is a good episode. And, I mean, I don't quite know how to title this video yet. Nor do I know what the future. I mean, the fact that we have this episode, like, they gotta be doing their hot ones, their season 27 hot sauce review at some point this week. It's gonna be on Thursday. It should. I mean, I could take some time to speculate on who next week's video is gonna be. I mean, we do have Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning coming out next week. Sinners is still in theaters and it's really popular. We could get Sebastian Stan or Wyatt Russell from the new Avengers. They could probably be guest promoting their movie. Honestly, this is the first season coming up in a while where, thanks to the fact we have a bunch of summer blockbusters coming out, it's pretty easy to speculate who's going to be a guest this upcoming season. But I'll get into more of that when season 27 gets closer. And by closer, I mean when they do the season 27 hot sauce lineup. I hope you like this video. If you like this YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for now. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, for the viewers who want to talk to me, we're here to let me know what's back. Take care. Make good choices. 607 all day, baby.